All right, Sky News host James Morrow joins me now. James, President Joe Biden has confirmed he'll arrive in Israel next Wednesday. He'll meet with Benjamin Netanyahu. This is a show of support to Israel, but clearly this is finally America trying to play a leadership role in the Middle East amid concerns and even direct warnings from Iran's foreign minister that they might start to join in this war.
Yeah, Sherry, I maybe have a contrarian opinion on this visit by Joe Biden. I'm very concerned about it, particularly the signaling that Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, gave that this wouldn't be announced until the humanitarian aid package was announced for Gaza. I am concerned here that Biden is going to offer a show of support, but also tell Israel to pull its punches, which means Israel will not be able to eliminate Hamas the way it needs to, and that this sort of tragedy will happen again.
Look, I hear what you're saying, but you'd think that Benjamin Netanyahu is strong enough to carry out his promise to eliminate Hamas. Too many people have been killed. Too many people have been taken hostage. He owes it to the very existence of Israel to eliminate Hamas, to destroy them. Now, speaking of Hamas, they've released their first video of an Israeli hostage in Gaza. They've also released in recent days really distressing images. They're not graphic, they're just distressing as a parent, of Hamas terrorists holding babies in their arms and pushing tiny babies in prams. James, I mean, it's just beyond appalling.
Well, it is beyond appalling. And I mean, this goes to show the moral bankruptcy of so many of the people that you highlighted in your monologue, Sherry, that they do not see, or that they try to draw an equivalence between Israel, whose babies were slaughtered in the most horrific and cruel ways just 9-10 days ago, and, the Hamas, well, that they should be allowed to do this with impunity whenever they want. And then suddenly the West will call for a ceasefire to protect Hamas terrorists. That's what this is about here. And this is why, what you highlighted, I think, is so important and needs to be called out.
Look, moving to The Voice, this continued to play out in Parliament today, the repercussions of the referendum's defeat on the weekend. Peter Dutton really asking the Prime Minister what he intends to do now, what path he intends to take. What was the response from Albanese?
Well, he has sort of been dancing around this issue because, the real issue here for the Prime Minister is that he went to the election saying the Uluru Statement was essentially the great moral challenge of our time, like Kevin Rudd did with climate change. This has now been comprehensively rejected at the polls. I think only about 30% of registered voters, when you take into account turnout, will have gone to the polling booths to write yes for this thing. If he turns away from it, well, that's, could undermine him. But I think he's going to have to, because otherwise his appeal will be only at a very few number of seats where the referendum got up.
All right, James Morrow, thank you so much for joining me tonight.